Hello and welcome back YouTube. It is your host, VLD. Let's get started. Right now on the market, there are two different Magic keyboards for the iPad mini 6. Which one is the right one to get? Right now off Amazon, you can pick up the one from Doko for $100. If you go to their website, you can save 8% with my discount code listed down below. Sometimes they have this off Amazon. It is just an off-brand Magic keyboard or AliExpress for anywhere from $60 to $80. It comes in either black or white. The one from Doko is heavy. It's aluminum. It feels nice to hold. You do have 4 rubber feet on the bottom. The off-brand one is made from ABS plastic. It does not have any rubber feet with the material it's made from. It really won't slide around either. They both do have the same hinge on the side. They both charge with USB Type-C, so any cable will work. Flipping them around, they have about the same design. Getting to the weight, my iPad weighs about 500 grams. The Doko weighs 534 grams. The off-brand weighs 470 grams. It is lighter than the Doko by around 60 grams. Picking up any Magic keyboard for the iPad mini 6, they look quite similar, but they do have enough features that do make them stand out. One of the main complaints with this type of product, the magnets don't really line up too well with the keyboard cases. The magnets are strong, but the right side of either of these keyboard cases will slouch down just a little bit, more so with the off-brand one, not so much with the Doko one. Those magnets are a bit stronger, but both of these keyboards don't really offer the best drop protection. If that is what you were going for, you might want to look elsewhere, because drop protection is not really in these products. One thing I don't like about the off-brand keyboard case, the iPad does cover up the media keys. That can get annoying. On the other hand, the iPad is nice and flush with the media keys with the Doko keyboard. Both keyboards and trackpads are about the same size, but that is where the similarities do end. The trackpad on the off-brand keyboard is a little bit more stiff than what I would prefer. Clicking, dragging, moving everything around is a little bit harder than it should be. It will work, but you do have to put a little bit more force into it. On the other hand, Doko's trackpad is smoother, it's faster, and it feels quite a bit more responsive. Between both trackpads, the Doko one wins overall. Everything will work the same, from clicking, dragging, highlighting text, 2-finger scrolling. You do have native pinch to zoom, even in gallery. 3-finger multitasking. Everything here is exactly the same. Between both of them, all of the gestures are exactly the same compared to some of the other brands. With the off-brand one, it just feels quite stiff. The one from Doko is not perfect. That trackpad, it is much easier to do any tasks, any gestures. It just works much better overall. Moving forward to the keyboard, the off-brand one just uses a normal layout, which you can find in other keyboard cases. Typing on it is not the best, especially when the iPad covers up the media keys. Plus, the keys are really not super clicky. Performing my usual typing test, starting off with the off-brand keyboard case, I did the typing test 3 times, and I can get anywhere from about 35 to 40 words per minute. Typing on this is not really the best, but long term, I do not recommend this one. The typing experience is quite poor. There are better options out there. With the keyboard case from Doko, you really have to get used to it to really type fast. After doing a couple different typing tests, the first 2 were kind of poor, but my last one, I was able to break 50 words per minute. Typing on this is really good. You just have to get comfortable with the oddball layout. Doko, on the other hand, has scissor switches and a chiclet style layout, which means it is the most comfortable layout you could have while typing. Unfortunately, the keyboard is off-center because they combined tab with Q, caps lock with A, plus having keys much bigger really offsets the keyboard. You really have to use it and get comfortable with it just to get this layout down properly. The media keys are a little bit smaller than I would prefer, plus having the backspace button below the power power button without looking at anything, I do press the power button, expecting it to be the backspace. With those layout changes, make this keyboard case a little bit more of a hassle unless you really get used to it. My closing thoughts are, for using both of these keyboards for an extended period of time, the off-brand one isn't really good at anything. The Doco one is decent. If I had to use one as my daily driver, I would go with the one from Doco. It has a better build quality, a better trackpad, a better keyboard, and hands down, it is 100 times better than the off-brand one. The off-brand one really tries to be a Magic Keyboard, but it doesn't really do anything quite well. I do prefer the Doco version over this one. Overall, it excels better at everything compared to the off-brand one. I will also list at the end of the video for my top 5 keyboard cases for the iPad mini 6. There are better options out there, so like always, it's VLD, stay classy.